Tell Cockerel, he's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell Cockerel, leave your troubles at the door. You know the game, you know the score. We're here to have fun, so holster that gun and read the writing on the wall. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell Cockerel, he's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell Cockerel. Jose gets himself around, always talking Spurs wherever he is found, home or away. He always tips to win, throws the form book in the bin with a cheeky knowing grin. Tell Cockerel, he's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell Cockerel. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and on and on and on. Why do I always get it wrong? Every time I play along. Tell Cockerel, the show is so chilled, your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell Cockerel. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell Cockerel, the show is so chill, your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell Cockerel.
Here we go, I'm back again, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. I disappeared and now I'm back again. Sorry. Yeah, I was saying hello to everyone. Yeah, someone said that you've gone missing. Ryan, I don't know if he's still here. He was here earlier to speak up. How you keep, bro, and how's the weather? Well, I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt today. I'm working indoors, but wearing a short sleeve t-shirt. And how am I keeping? Well, I'm going to tell you about my week in a second. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about my week in a second. Daz says, big up Jose. We'll watch back later, out in a bit. Fair enough. Well done, Daz. Nice that you popped in. Ryan G's here, says, good afternoon. Jose, good afternoon. Ryan, I hope you are well. Then we've got me saying, at the very least, smash a like and welcome all in. Archer's here. Archer says, good afternoon, Jose and chat. Good afternoon, Archer. I hope you are well. Colin's here. Says, good afternoon, Jose and chat. Hope you are well. I am, Colin, and I hope everyone in the chat's well as well. Shem's here. Shem is here. Says, afternoon, Mr. Bossman. Jose, I hope you in the chat are doing great today. Yeah, the stream went blank. It did for a minute, but I'm back now. And Nita's here, says, hi Jose, and hi to all in the chat. Good afternoon, Nita. I hope you and your fam are all well. And Ryan here says, smash the like button. Go on, Ryan, you tell them. Yeah, my week's been a good one. So, what have I done this week? So Monday I played football. Yeah, last night, for those that don't know, I was at the Wu-Tang Clan in the O2, went with my daughter. On my channel, as a short, I've put in the introduction, so the intro, how they open the show up, the Wu-Tang Clan. I took a few videos, but it's the only one I've put up. Anyone that's that way inclined, you can see for what it is, how packed it was at the O2 last night. But it was good. It was good in the sense that it wasn't on my bucket list to go. The Wu-Tang Clan are probably all of a similar age to me. It's my era, so to speak, my age and that. And I was impressed in how active they were on stage. Obviously from the stage and then on the big screens, you could see how they were sweating because they were really working it. Most of them had Avirex flight jackets on. Now an Avirex flight jacket, not this one, is quite dear, quite trendy, quite dear, but they really do weigh a hell of a lot. So these boys they were dancing, moving around on stage, and they were sweating, and you could see it on the big screen how they were sweating. But yeah, it's interesting to see how they've all done since they first started out, and apparently it was their last tour. It's their last tour now. I was having a look because my daughter keeps buying the merchandise at every gig she goes to, so it tells you the schedule, so to speak. So the schedule's only for March, and the tour is only for March because they've done America already apparently. But one of the upcoming dates, I think they've got to do another night in the O2 tonight because it was sell out last night. So when they sold out, when the tickets came out 9 months ago, or whatever, they put on another night. So it's another night tonight. They're going to Manchester, and I can't remember if they're staying somewhere else or if they from Manchester they go to. It said they're going to Dubai, and I said to my daughter last night, I don't know whether they'll go to Dubai. Not with the war going on, I don't know whether they'll get to Dubai. But then the last 3 gigs are all out in Australia. And I just said to my daughter, funny that, because in Australia, my wife used to work for the Australian High Commission, and she was a migration officer. And it's interesting with the amount. I used to know, when football teams used to go on tour to Australia, players were suddenly didn't go and they were left out, right? And the clubs would say, it's minor injuries, stuff like that. It's interesting because if you've got a criminal conviction, they won't let you into the country in Australia. And it was interesting because there was players that I used to know through my wife that weren't allowed into the country for their criminal convictions, but the clubs played it down and said, minimal injury or minor injury, not travelling with the squad. So I just said to my daughter, I wonder whether the whole gang and the whole of their group will get into Australia. Because after all, they're all gangster rappers, aren't they? So I don't know whether they've got any misdemeanours in their lives. But it'd be interesting. I said to my daughter, it'd be interesting to see what would happen when they went to Australia. But that was yesterday. Today, another busy day at work. And tomorrow, my work takes me to the Houses of Parliament. Tomorrow, who am I meeting tomorrow? I think it might be the Right Honourable. Let me have a look. Who is I'm meeting tomorrow? I'm meeting someone. Let me see. Who am I meeting tomorrow? Just want to make sure that I get the name right. So tomorrow, the Houses of Parliament takes me to
I get it, but their flight is at like 8 a.m. on
That's
Saturday
not the one,
morning. Why
is
do they
it?
want to be out till 2?
There we go. An evening. It's a thought leadership event. Oh, Michael Portillo. So tomorrow I meet Michael Portillo. So yeah, so Michael Portillo's who I meet tomorrow night. He's a guest speaker. But anyway, so House of Parliament. So yesterday I was all in my Air Max 90s, pair of jeans, a hoodie, and that, all that, and bouncing around at the O2. And tomorrow I'm going to be suited and booted at the House of Parliament. How times changed. 2 separate days, 2 separate events, 2 separate get-ups, 2 separate clothing issues. It's madness. So there we go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And then Friday, we got predictions. The predictions for next week, the first kick-off is on Friday night. So if you are late in putting your predictions in, you might miss the first game. I haven't chosen my bonus games yet. But suffice to say that just to make the numbers up, I'm going to have to pick 5 bonus games this week because there's only 8 games being played in the Premiership because of the Cup final Sunday. So there's 8 games in the Premiership and 5 bonus games this week, and that makes the 13 up. After that, on Friday, it would give me time, because I've got work between now and then. On Friday, it will give me time to look to see what I'm going to do, if anything, for the next couple of weeks. Because the next couple of weeks, there won't be no Premiership games because you've got an international break and then you've got FA Cup weekend or something. So that being the case, if we're going to do anything, I will decide and I will let you all know on Friday. He says, I got the same amount of points as Spurs got Sunday playing Liverpool. Very poor from me this week. Oops, I've not checked. I've not checked so far. I would have done it. Dad says, someone texted me last night, Jose, said Jukebox Man is age bound against John Bon. John Bon and Jukebox Man don't run. I thought John Bon was only like 2.5 specialist and the Jukebox Man is 3.2. We'll have to wait and see. I think there's half a mile difference in their bests. Ryan says that we're not in predictions this week. We don't play until next month. Yeah, you're one of the teams that's got a whole month off, isn't you? Or nearly 4 weeks off, I think, before you play again. Right, let me just. I'm gonna have to bring that up because I haven't got it on the screen at the moment. Let me get it up so I can see from here, even though it doesn't matter for the time being. Right. Neat. Just curiosity, I don't even know. Okay, right. Okay, I do know now. What's the average for this week? Ooh, the average is quite low. Right, anyway, start as we mean to go on. And the first competition that we play is the online game, and that's Predict the Football. And in Predict the Football, we currently have, if I can bring this up. Alright, let's bring this up. I've got to remember how to share on this. Bloody hell. Right, Predict the Prem. Predict the Prem, for those that do the online game. This is your table on Predict the Prem. So, I am leading still, and it's still by 4 points, but I'm not leading by 4 points over Kevin Clark anymore. It's now Graham. Graham has now closed the gap to 4 points. So well done, Graham. Graham's gone into second. Clev Clark is in third. Archer lurking there. Look at that, 211 points. Shemtan on the cusp of 200. Vindaloo's on the cusp of 200. Jess is not far from 200. Ed M's not far from 200. All the others will get to 200 if they continue playing. But on this Predict the Prem, yours truly is still leading the way. So that means I've led the way. I think I've led from start till now. So I've led the way for 30 weeks. 30 weeks. Who knows where it'll end because there's only 4 points in it. But I've led for 30 weeks. So well done to Graham. He's closing the gap. Yeah, so that's where we are on that one. And then we go on to the LTL Fantasy Football. And on LTL Fantasy Football, the standings are as follows. I only ever read out the greens. So in 59th place, Jack, who's got 2 teams. And here, Shemtam is saying, what's Shemtam saying? Right, here we go. Shemtam says, Jose didn't like his score, so he's gone to change them. I haven't changed them at all. So at the moment, you lot need to tell me how many points you scored this week. Nita's quite right. Nita got 1 point, so she's bang on the money. She knows how many points she scored. It's unfortunate this week for Nita. She only scored 1, but a point's still better than nothing. Anyone else? How many points you got? Right, the numbers are dropping. I can see myself still live. So I'm still here. Archer, okay, so Archer says he thinks you got 8 points. Archer, you did score 8 points this week, Archer. Archer's bang on, he did score 8 points. Anyone else for their points? People keep going in and out. The numbers keep changing. So I don't know whether people have lost it, come back. Benita's correct. Archer's correct. Archer, how many did I get? Shem Tam says you got 6. How many did I get, Archer? Do you know? No, Shem, you didn't score 6. You didn't score 6, Shem Tam. Shem Tam, you didn't score 6. Daz says possibly 2 or 3. I never wrote them down, Jose. Well, for you, all I can say, Daz, is I can only take one number. So I'm going to take the 2 because you can't have 6 goes at it. I'm going to say 2. You said 2. You didn't score 2, Daz. I wanted a couple of more people to tell me what they got before I tell you what the average is. Because people might be shy of putting their scores in if they knew the average beforehand. So I'm not giving you the average yet. Anybody else? Anybody else like to tell me what they think they got? No, no one else is playing today, no. So I've got Nita, got Archer, got Shem, got Daz. Ryan saying 7. Ryan, you did score 7. You're bang on. Colin B says he scored 5. Where's Colin B? No, Colin. No 5. You haven't scored 5 this week. Right, so, right, the average this week. Can you not see me, Archer?
Just a few hundred. You have hundreds of thousands of players.
Archer, tell me, because you're saying, as Pimp Floyd said, hello, is anybody out there? Archer, can you not see me then? Because I'm live at the moment, because I can see myself on YouTube. Ryan says, Arsenal are saving me in the predictions.
No, then she might lose a customer.
I was going to say, Ryan, I've been back for ages. I don't know what's going on, because I've been back for ages.
They gotta let you figure it out, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Archer, forget me. Nita says, I think I was on a hangover when I put my predictions in. I was at the gala the night before. Ah, Nita, that must have been it. That must have been it, Nita. Archer says, yeah, I can see and hear you. I was just joking about people's lack of responses. Right, I'm going to tell you now, right, that the average for this week, right, before I bring the scores up, the average for this week was 5.52. The average for this week was 5.52. Right? That was the average for the week. All I've got to say, for me, is thank God for bonus games. That's all I'm going to say for now. Thank God for bonus games. So, let's see what we did. Let's see what we did. There's your scores.
The board, right?
Please tell me that I'm back. This is just absolute madness. Am I back now?
That's the only reason she's going to drag anybody you with her. The machine.
No, I was going to park
Oh,
to
so
the
that's
road for
ridiculous.
2 hours and hope that my friend will take that.
Right, I'm back now, surely.
What do you mean? You don't have to put the license plate in. Yeah, but I don't understand how you do the money bit.
Right, so I'm back. This is just absolute madness. I don't know what's going on. I'm checking. My internet's all working and everything, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it keeps spitting me out. Anyway, I was saying, have you seen the fixed? Right, I'll bring it back up again, right? Right. Game number 1. Burnley 0, Bournemouth 0. And Chris and Graham both scored a point each. Right. Game number 2 was Sunderland 0, Brighton 1. Nobody correctly predicted that game either, but Ronnie, Kuva and Ryan and Sai all predicted an away victory. Arsenal 2, Everton 0 was game number 3. Correct prediction came in from Archer, Ryan G, Vindaloo, Sai and Nick all correctly predicted the 2-0 victory and got greens. Everybody else got a point for predicting an Arsenal home victory. Game number 4 was Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. Everybody predicted either a home win or one, and there was one draw. But it was, as it's an away victory to Newcastle, Shem is the only one that picked up a point.
Where are they from?
1066.
Game number 5, West Ham 1, Manchester City 1. Kuba predicted a draw and picked up a point. Crystal Palace 0, Leeds 0, another draw. And this is picked up. Nobody got the correct prediction, but Archer, Ronnie, Colin, Shem, Chris, Graham and Ellie all picked up a point because they had a draw of some sort, but nobody correctly predicted the scoreline. Next we went to Manchester United 3, Aston Villa 1. Correct predictions here came from yours truly and Daz. Go on, Daz. Daz and yours truly both correctly predicted the 3-1. Everybody else in orange predicted a Manchester United home victory and picked up a point. We then went to another draw and another 0-0. So that's 2-0, 3 0-0s in the weekend in the Premiership. Who would have known 3 0-0 Premiership scorelines? But 0-0 between Forest and Fulham, and the correct prediction was Ed. Ed correctly predicted the 0-0. Other than that, everybody else that got a point predicted a draw of some sort, either a 1-0 or a 2-0, and you all picked up a point. Liverpool versus Tottenham. Everybody, and I mean everybody near enough, went for a home victory here of some form, form or description. There's a couple of you that went for, well, there's about 3 or 4 of you that went for an away victory. But it ended up being a 1-1 draw, and a very, very well-deserved 1-1 draw in that. And the correct, Ellie was the only person who predicted a draw, and therefore picked up a point. Brentford versus Wolves ended up as a 2-2 draw, a really good result for Wolves, seeing that they came back from 2-0 down. And Ian correctly predicted a 2-2 draw and bagged himself a green. And Graham backed a draw and picked himself up a point. And then we went to the bonus games. And the first game was played out in Luxembourg and ended up 1-3. I can't remember the names of the teams, but it ended up 1-3. And the correct predictions came in from yours truly, Jess, Totspurs, and Vindaloo correctly predicted and got 3 points. Thank God for bonus games. Then we went to Russia, and it was Sochi versus Krasnodar, and that was 1-2. And the correct predictions came in from yours truly again, Daz again, Drula, Ronnie, Shemtam, Kuva, and Vindaloo all correctly predicted and picked up 3 points. And then the last game of the weekend came from the Seychelles, and it was Coat somebody or other, and it was 0-1. And the only person that predicted and got a point in that game was Shemtam. Shemtam is the only person that predicted a point. Can I ask? I'm just going to ask the question. Just one of you answer. Can you hear me? Is what I'm going to ask.
Can
I be heard?
Still lacking places to get your hair cut. For men or women. But then also I did think it was lacking fish and chips. So but this is why you got to support your favourite businesses as much as you can.
Right, so. Right. Okay, so therefore the points for the week are Man of the Week. And I haven't been that for ages. But Man of the Week with 10 points is yours truly. Archer scored 8 points and is above average. Anyone over 5.52, you're above average. So 6 and above gets you above average for the week. So you've got Archer got 8 points above average. Jess got 6 points and above average. Daz 7 points and above average. Drula 4 points. The least said the better. Ed M 5 points. Ronnie 9 points respectable and above average. Colin B 1 point this week. Shemtam 9 points credible above average. Kuva 6 points above average. Kuva's not watching this, I don't think, at the moment. But Kuva, I did you this week, mate. You keep telling me you were closing up on me. I've done you by 4 points this week. So I'm quite happy with that, Kuva. So it keeps the walls away from the door. So you keep away from me for this week, Kuva. Ryan G picked up 7 points and above average. Totspurs got 6 and is above average. So's Chris, 6 points and is above average. David Shear got 2 points. Scott, 2 points. Graham scored 5 points. James scored 2 points. No, yeah, James scored 2 points. Vindaloo, weird because Vindaloo on Saturday night, when I was looking at this, Vindaloo was leading. Vindaloo had 3 greens, but he never added to any of them greens after Saturday evening. Never added to them greens at all. So they got 3 greens. 3 greens and he got 9 points, Vinders. Nita scored a point, but she was at a gala evening the night before. She's explained this to us, and that's Nita scoring 1 point. Ian scored 7. 7 for Ian, 5 for Ellie, 5 for Si, and 5 for Nick. And what this does to the table is, on the table itself, I started from here. So on the table itself, Si Dancer. Si has moved into 30th place. So the greens, as you know, are movers. Anyone in orange or gold, as I like to call it, means that they broke a barrier. So Si has gone up into 30th. So Si's been climbing the table. He's now up into 30th. There is a congratulations to Nick and Shemtan, who have both broken past the 200-point barrier. So well done to Nick and Shemtan, who have broken 200. 2 more people on the move this week are Chris has gone into 14th place. Drula has gone up into 13th place. So well done to Chris and to Drew Luck for moving up. The next mover in 9th is Tot Spurs. So Tot Spurs has moved up into 9th. Ryan G has replaced Jess. So Ryan G's gone up into 6th. But Ryan G is on 6th just by virtue of more correct predictions than Jess. Otherwise, they both share 243 points. So Ryan G on the move up into 6th. And then further up the table, there have been no movers at all. I picked up 10 points, Archer picked up 8, Vindaloo picked up 9, Kuva picked up 6, and Ronnie picked up 9. But it doesn't alter the top 5. It doesn't alter the top 5. So Ellie, James, David, Dads, Alan, Carl, Scott. I'd say looking at this, I'd say from Scott upwards, unless Neil was to come back and play, from Scott upwards, we could have 24 people that break 200 points. If they play weekly from now to the end of the season, you could have 24 people that end up breaking the 200 points. So yeah, so that is your predictions for the week. There we go, we're back again now. That was me, so that's me putting myself back on the screen. So, what we got. Druda says another shocker, I blame Spurs. Ellie, good afternoon, Elsbell. She says, oh dear, I got Højbjerg's number 5. That does make a link. And then she's laughing about it. Yeah, so, as I said, right, the next show is on Friday at 4 o'clock, right? But there's only 8 Premiership games being played. So, because of that reason, I'm going to do 5 bonus games, and then that means we've got 13 matches to be played. So, we'll still have our 13 predictions, but 8 will be Premiership and 5 will be bonus games, and that makes up the 13 for next week. I will say that one of the games in the Premiership is being played Friday night, and the bonus games might include Friday games as well. So if you haven't put in your predictions, because last week the predictions came in and people put them in at all times, and I know life gets in the way, but I have to be fair to everyone. And last week, Ellie, Si, and Nick put their predictions in and missed 2 games, because 2 games had already started or finished, and also Ian predicted and missed 1 game because they'd already started and finished. So all I urge you to do is, if you're not watching live on Friday, you're going to have to get them in super quick, because there is at least 1 game. At least 1 game will be played on Friday, possibly more, because it depends on what bonus games are predicted or bonus games that I've seen. So with that being said, 4 o'clock, people, on Friday is when we're next back on. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to love and leave you all. I'm going to let you all go about your bits and pieces today. There's an important game tonight, or there's a few important games, but for us, majority of us who support the Spurs, we have a game tonight against Atletico Madrid. Cheer on the boys. We kick off in 3¼ hours time. I think that there's a game. Is it Newcastle Barca that kick off in an hour? And if you want to watch or the watch along for that, then get over to Jess. Jess will be doing a watch along. Yeah, Jess will be doing a watch along for that game. So go over to Jess and have a look at her channel and go and join the people over there for the watch along. She does a really, really good watch along. Druda says, see you on Friday. And Archer says, thanks, Jose. Let's see if Spurs can make an epic comeback tonight. Do you know what, Archer? Right, I was at the thing yesterday at Wu-Tang, so I was at the O2, But I saw the results coming through. Obviously, the earliest game was Sporting versus Bodo. And yesterday you had 3 teams that were 3 goals behind from their first legs, right? And when I saw the scores coming through, because I had it on alerts, so I'm at the O2 and the alerts kept coming through, and I could see they'd gone 3-0 towards the end of the game, and then after going 3-0, I could see that they'd scored 2 more goals in it. So they've come back from a 3-goal deficit, and they've gone through. So then I thought, okay, let's see how Man City and Chelsea get on, because they both had a 3-goal deficit. Well, bloody hell, blow your horses, they both got absolutely murdered. In the sense of, yeah, Man City didn't get murdered, but they were down to 10 wins. They lost 2-1, 5-1 on aggregate. Chelsea were beaten 3-0, lost 8-2 on aggregate. So them 2 teams, where it started so well with Sporting turning around a 3-goal deficit, the other 2 who had a 3-goal deficit have gone out. And it's interesting, only 1 out of the 3 English teams that played yesterday have gone through to the quarterfinals. There were 6 English teams in the last 16, and only 1 went through last night. And the odds are, if you're a betting man, the odds are tonight that only Liverpool should go through. The odds, if you look at the odds are that Liverpool should go through. Tottenham, 3-0 down. Newcastle at Barcelona, it's going to be a really tough gig. So if you were a betting man, you'd say Liverpool probably got the best chance of going through. And that could be, I mean, I hope not, but it could be only 2 teams out of 6 have reached the quarterfinals. And there were 6 teams in the last 16. So it's absolute murder. So it just goes to show that, you know, when they say you've got to finish in the top 8, right? Last season, PSG won this competition and were the only team. Well, they won the competition and they didn't finish in the top 8. And I think they were the only team in the quarterfinals who hadn't finished in the top 8 as well, and in the semis, and obviously they won the final. Now, you've got last night, top 8 finishers, right? Top 8 finishers. Chelsea went out, finished in the top 8. Man City went out, finished in the top 8. Arsenal finished in the top 8 and went through. Sporting finished in the top 8 and went through. So at the moment, 2 teams that were not in the top 8 have already gone out. Tonight, I can't even remember who's playing tonight. Tonight, the teams that finished in the top 8 are Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich are more or less through, aren't they, really? Today the 18th, yeah. So Bayern finished in the top 8. All the teams that play at home tonight are the teams that finished in the top 8. So you've got Barca, Bayern, Liverpool and Tottenham. And out of that, you'd think that Barca, Bayern and Liverpool on a bookie's chance should be the ones that go through. Should be, if it was a bookie's bet, should be them 3. To me, in all honesty, I'd like to see the English teams do well. So even if I don't support them, I'd still not want them to do well, because I want there to be 5 places next year, so to speak, in the Champions League. So the top 5. The more English people, the more English teams that get into these competitions, the more points you turn for coefficients each season after season.
No, we had to get a new one because I won't explain it. No, I won't explain it. We can get a new one.
Sorry, Nita is saying, thanks Jose, my granddaughter's 15 tomorrow, jumping on a train to go and see her and spend 2 days. Can't wait for them kisses and cuddles from her. Nita, a big kiss and a cuddle from me as well, and a very, very happy birthday to your granddaughter. Ryan says to me, sorry Jose, my phone died, have you done the tables? I have, but I'll do them again for you, just so you can see her. So Ryan, just for you, mate. There you go. Sight has gone up into 30th place. Nick and Shemtam have broken the 200 barrier. Chris P and Drula have moved up the tables. Top Spurs has gone into 9th. and moved up the table. Ryan, you've gone into 6th.
Yeah, but she gets an extra 50.
You're on the same points as Jess, but you have a better goal difference in the sense of you've predicted more correct results. So you've gone into 6th. The rest of the table hasn't changed. So above you, it hasn't changed at all, in the sense that I got 10 this week, man of the week, Ryan, man of the week. Archer got 8, Vindaloo got 9, Cooper got 6, and Ronnie got 9. So Ronnie's score over you, he scored more than you. I think he did 2 points better than you. I think you scored 7 and Ronnie scored 9. So he's extended himself by 6. Vindaloo got 9 points this week, Ryan. It's interesting because if you look at Vindaloo here, after Saturday, he had 3 greens. So the last game on Saturday was West Ham Man City. So he predicted the correct Arsenal Everton score, and he had the first 2 correct predictions in the bonus game. So he had 9 points. He had 9 points, but he didn't score a point after Saturday. So on Saturday he remained on 9. On Sunday he didn't get 1 point at all. So for a lot of people here, look at me. I scored 6 points in bonus games. Out of my 10, 6 points were from bonus games. Archer got 2 from the bonus games. Jess got 4 from the bonus games. Daz and Drew both got 3 each from the bonus games. NM got 1 from the bonus game. Ronnie got 4 from bonus games. So did Shemtan. So did Kuva. 2 points for you, Ryan, from the bonuses. 4 for Top Spurs. 2 for Chris P. 6 for Vinders. 1 for Ian. And 1 for Nick. So a lot of people were saved by the bonus games, the bonus points this week. So
It's still possible.
Yeah, it is.
So there we go.
It's
Yeah,
such on the edge.
they need to be pushed a tiny bit as they're adjusting.
Yeah, look at that. I can see comments coming in there. Alright, let me stop sharing there.
Oh, 2.
Okay, she might be lucky.
I'm sharing. Sorry. Shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't sharing. There you go. Sorry. Right, I'm back. Okay, I really don't know what's going on with this. Let me share a screen again. I don't know what's going on. Um, right, there's the league tables that I thought I was showing earlier. Right. Can you see the league tables now? Right, there we go. Sasai is in 30th. Nick and Shamtam have broken the 200-point mark. So well done to Nick and Shamtam. Crispy and Drula have gone up. Right, Crispy and Drula have gone up. Totspurs has gone into 9th. Ryan, you've gone into 6th by virtue of having a better goal difference than Jess. But you're saying that you can't catch us. Why can't you catch us? You're only on 243. You're only 37 points behind with 8 weeks to go. They're 8 premiership weeks. Remember, we've possibly got 2 bumper weeks to come. We've possibly got 2 bumper weeks to come because I haven't decided what, but I probably will do 2 bumper weeks for the weeks that we're not playing. So therefore, you've got plenty of chances to make points. And as I was saying, by looking at the main screen now, most of the points that people gained this week, most of the people gained their points from bonus games. Vindaloo and myself both got 6 points from my bonus games. We both got 2 greens. There's a lot of people that got 4 points from their bonus games. So at the end of the day, the bonus games seem to be paying out for people. So yeah, like I said, this weekend it's a 8-game premiership week, and 5 games will be bonuses, and they're on Friday at 4 o'clock. And then we've got 2 weeks of an international break and FA Cup weekend. So therefore, for that, we'll probably end up doing some special prediction weeks. So it might be 20 games each weekend. It's plenty of opportunity to make points up. Plenty of opportunity. So if you're that way inclined and you want to catch up, you can do. I don't see what the problem is. I think you can catch up. Um, yeah, we're back again. Yeah, I think you can catch up. So um, yeah, there's points to be made and you can catch up. But I ain't got a clue what's happening with this broadcast today. It just keeps going in and out, in and out. I don't know what's happening because my Wi-Fi says it's good. My Wi-Fi says it's stable, but it just keeps dipping in and out for some reason, and I haven't got a clue. But then it all started iffy as well, and I'm not using StreamYard anymore. Um, I'm not using StreamYard anymore, so I'm trying to get used to the fiddly bits here. But uh, for myself, for myself, I am well happy. As for my man of the week, this week, I'm giving myself an air horn and a crowd applause. Um, and for some people that didn't do too well this week, you're gonna have. Which one are you gonna be? Which one are you gonna be? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, listen, guys, we're back 4 o'clock Friday for the next set of predictions. Ryan is saying, Ryan's commenting here, look at that. Ryan is saying, um, he says maybe, but you and Archer are pretty consistent. He says, um, and then he says, I'm gonna need an unbelievable week or two. Then he says that he wants to be man of the week. Jose, I'll be 3 rows in front of you as Blaine gifted me his ticket in the West End. Right, Ellie, you're not free in front of me. You won't be free in front of me. You're well in front of me. We're in the same block, but I'm further, I'm a lot further up than you, Ellie. I'm a lot further up than you. But what I will say though is where I sit, there's always space, there's always room. You are sitting as you come in, you go down into your seat. I go all the way up into my seat. So you're a lot more than 3 rows in front of me. But yeah, you got Blaine's ticket, so we're in the same block, 506. So um, look at this. She's absolutely brilliant. Can I bring your comment up? It's up on. I can see it on YouTube, but I can't see it here. And you've made a comment, and it's I've pissed myself laughing. Um, right, where is it? It's still not appearing on it. But Ellie says, I'm with the posh people. I'm with the posh people, she says. Oh my lord. Ellie's with the posh people. Ellie, I've been called many, many things, but I don't know whether I've been called posh. And she said, that's what I was told. No, Els, you'll be able to see me because what I do when Blaine's there, I go to see Blaine in his seat before the game kicks off. So I always go and see him. So it depends. If there's no traffic in the stands, I'll come and say hello to you as well. Although in saying that, if there's a seat next to you or whatever, I'll move down to you. But there's always seems to be seats up where I am. I'm in row 26. You're not in row 26. Your rows are so much lower. But I'm glad that Blaine's found a home for his ticket because Blaine and I bought the season tickets at the same time and went for the same block, albeit we sit apart, but we were in the same block. And it's unfortunate because Blaine obviously has bought the tickets for the last 8 games of the Premiership, like I did, the season ticket. And I'm not sure. I think I've only seen Blaine at the Arsenal game. I'm not sure whether I've seen Blaine at any other season ticket game apart from the Arsenal. So I didn't see him at Newcastle. Uh, I didn't see him against. Who did we play? We played Arsenal. We played Newcastle, and we had another game, Category A game. Anyway, I've not seen. I've only seen him at the Arsenal game. So yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. Um, Ellie then also says, "You know the prawn sandwich crew." Oh my God, she's calling me posh and part of a prawn sandwich crew. Fantastic. Fantastic. Ellie's taking the piss out of me. Shout out to Danny Kay for arranging the ticket through Blaine. I sent them both my gratitude. I saw in the comments that Danny was after 2 tickets, but I didn't know who they were for. And I saw Blaine I saw Blaine in the comments said he could sort out one, but I didn't know who they were for. I thought Danny was just looking for 2 tickets, but obviously Danny's got one as well, isn't he? I know that some of the boys are coming down from the north and they've got them through Phil P, ain't they? They've got tickets through Phil P that are coming as well. But yeah, I'll be there on Sunday. It's a right pig's ear to get to Sunday's game because there's um there's loads of. How are you getting there early? Because the trains are all down on Sunday. Coming from your neck of the woods, the trains are down. Apparently the Weaver line's not running, but you're not on the Weaver line. But they're saying that the Greater Anglia or whatever is not running either. So I don't know. Um, I don't know how you're going to get down there. So, but what's she saying? You're more a steak dinner man, Jose, a proper man. Oh, I don't know. Yesterday, I went to the gig at the O2, and we went to a Turkish restaurant, my daughter and I, in Bermondsey. So we walked from London Bridge to Bermondsey, found somewhere to eat, and we had a really nice bit of scran in Bermondsey before we went to the O2. Archer, do you know what, Archer? None of this is showing on my back end. I can't see nothing. I've not had any comments come through for 5 minutes, so I have to read them off another screen. So because I'm not looking at you lot straight away, because I'm looking at my laptop, because I can't see any comments here coming through. But on my laptop, Archer's saying, as I was saying, Mercury retrograde affects technology and travel. Yes, It certainly does. It's just absolute madness how shitty the world is with technology, and how things like a normal run-of-the-mill stream like this gets affected by bloody the demons above. I don't know, but there we go. But anyway, Ellie, I look forward to seeing you Sunday. Everyone else, if you're watching on repeat or if you're watching live, we will be back at 4 o'clock on Friday for the predictions. If I didn't know better, I would have said tomorrow was Friday, but we've got a game tonight. I'm hoping, and what I said to people, so I will leave you with this. What I said to people is, we have a fantastic opportunity tonight to build up more momentum for Sunday's game. But we're 3-0 behind against Atletico Madrid, and I said, it'd be really, really Tottenham to go and win that game 3-0 tonight. But if we won that game 3-0 tonight, we would go out on penalties, because I said I've never ever seen Vicario go the right way for a penalty. Unless I've missed something in 2 years that we've had penalties against us, I don't ever recall Vicario going the right way for any penalty. So I don't know whether Vicario does any prep. So someone like Pickford is written on his water bowl, and other goalkeepers, everything's written on their water bowl. They do their homework on penalty takers and stuff like that. I don't think that Vicario's ever done any homework whatsoever on any penalty takers. So if we were to go and do the Spurs thing and win 3-0 tonight and go into extra time, right, then I think Vicario wouldn't get nowhere near any of the penalties. Archer says, we don't need extra time and pens. Our squad is already stretched to breaking point as it is. Are we stretched though, Archer? Are we? We've got returning. I mean, they may not start, but we've got two returning players tonight. Um, Defensively, we're going to be stacked because you've got Van der Ven and Romero back. And you've got Danso and Dragus in there as well. So defensively, we're stacked. Sousa drops out, obviously, because he's not in the squads for Europe. Bissouma, if he's back from his injury that he missed at the weekend, he's not in the European squad. But then you've got Bergval back tonight. And who's the other one? It was Bergval and someone else that's back. Oh, Udogi. Got Bergval and Udogi. So defensively, we're stacked. We've got loads of players. Bergval will be back. I don't know whether Conor Gallagher makes it tonight, but he'll be there for the weekend. Bissouma will probably be back for the weekend. So we're starting to get players back. So Ellie says, can we sub him for Austin for the pens? Well, sub him for someone, I reckon, Ellie. Yeah, we could sub him for someone if they went to penalties. Um, Dad says, who do you think makes it with Arsenal, Jose? I think Newcastle and Liverpool go through. Newcastle, Daz, I've got a really, really hard tie. It's hard to go and beat Barcelona in their backyard. So I would have given Newcastle more of a chance had they gone in with a victory. Maybe 2 clear goals. Maybe if they had 2 or 3 clear goal advantage from the first leg. But it's going to be really, really difficult for them out in Barca. It is for any team that goes to play in Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona have beaten better sides. Liverpool, it depends. If Liverpool, okay, if the Liverpool that played against Tottenham at the weekend played that way tonight, and the Galatasaray that played against Liverpool last week turns up tonight, then Galatasaray beat Liverpool. Rare as it sounds, Gala would beat Liverpool. It depends. Liverpool, it's within their own gift. Liverpool at home. Gala not normally good travellers. Liverpool at home, and I think Liverpool should go through. But I think that Liverpool really need to take a look at themselves because they haven't been playing electric football throughout the season. So, um, and then Archer says, just worried about picking up more injuries if we get extra time. Seems unlikely, though. That's what Archer says. But I still want a victory tonight, Archer. And Liverpool have best European heritage, but Galatasaray a tough cookie to crack, says Ellie. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, as I said, Newcastle's match kicks off in half an hour, and all the rest of the games at 8 o'clock. So let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you lot. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit a like on the way out. And I shall see all of you on Friday at 4 p.m. And for tonight, it's got to be Tottenham to win tonight, surely. So I'm going to say, I love you and leave you lot. See you at 4 o'clock on Friday. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Tell, Cockerell. He's just a true guy. You'll have a true time. Tell, Cockerell. Leave your troubles at the door. You know the game, you know the score. We're here to have fun, so holster that gun and read the writing on the wall. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerell. He's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerell. Jose gets himself around. Always talking Spurs, wherever he is found, home or away. He always tips to win, throws the form book in the bin with a cheeky knowing grin. Tell, Cockerell. He's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerell. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and on and on and on. Why do I always get it wrong? Every time I play along. Tell, Cockerell. The show is so chilled. Your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell, Cockerell. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerell. The show is so chill. Your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at.